I'm Tando Mkosi, Vodacom for 9 years now. And my current role is Vodacom Manager Executive for D&I, Diversity and Inclusion, Org Design and Effectiveness, Talent Management as well. Quite a broad portfolio, excited about what I do. It allows me to make an impact and drive key agendas in the organization. Vodacom's story on D&I is premised on two principles. We want people to belong and be themselves at work and create an inclusive environment. So by that we mean, when we talk about diversity for us, it's about how to ensure that there's diversity that enables people to belong and be part of who they should be, who they want to be. And also inclusivity that says we include anyone for who they should be. So what that means, Ntombi, is that we take different elements of inclusivity. So we have programs like Women Network Forum. It's a forum where we have a network where we allow employees who are females to participate and belong in that session. We've got the LGBT forum for the Vodacom South Africa organization, where those who are LGBT employees can be part of that process as well. We also have a disability forum as well. So these forums are aimed to ensure that the inclusivity element of staff is catered for, not just by virtue of a policy, but also practically having forums people can belong in. In addition to that, we do have other employment forums across the organization. We've got the NCC, which is a National Consultative Committee where staff can belong and share their views and concerns across the platform. So for us, the more inclusive we are, the more we feel that employees can add value, contribute to the organization, and in the process of doing that, be part of enabling a thriving organization and thriving society. This, of course, is premised within the strategy that we have of Inclusion for All, which is premised at the Vodacom global framework, and that's how we feel we're adding and contributing to our communities, to our colleagues, and society as well. One of our key strategic drivers by 2030, we want to have a 50-50 split on gender parity across the organization. And if you look at how far we've come from where we are at the moment, we have a progressive agenda that we are driving through our ESG commitments, our gender commitments. And I think both those are driven with vigor, with commitment, and deliberate intent by the organization. I'm proud to say that just in the last financial year, we've seen an incremental growth in our numbers in the organization, where we're now sitting at about 38% of females. So that shows you that the effort that we're putting in place does help us get to a point where most of our operating companies have got females in our senior executive levels. Vodacom South Africa, for example, has got 60% of females at the executive levels, and the other markets across Africa as well are in a similar kind of position. So this is an indication of how far we've come, where we're going to. We are, of course, committed in ensuring that in our targets that we're setting as part of our goals for each financial year, we look at having a gender-specific target that allows us then to be able to see how much of the gap do we have, what is the focus going forward, how do we progress our journey, and what we need to do differently going forward. So that for me is the commitment that we have collectively across the organization to ensure that we are not just talking about it through targets, but practically as well, through partnerships that we have with our different forums, we can accelerate the journey and see more females in executive levels in Vodacom. So we are challenged by a few things. Firstly, we don't have enough females at senior leadership levels in the organization. And I think for me, that starts not by putting a blame or pointing a finger, but rather saying, where's the challenge? In my portfolio, I look across the platform by having a few things. I look at emerging youth talent, which is the graduate program. I look at the growth of female leaders across your middle management levels and senior levels. So what we are finding is that as we progress in our journey, there are certain gaps we have at the point of entry into the organization. So if we don't have enough pipeline of people coming through the organization, there's a limited chance of growth that you see progressing going forward. That's probably the first problem that we must look into. As a result of that, the gender target that you speak about then for me starts not at FBAN plus only, but must start at your age and IBANs to see that there's a platform and a pipeline where we can grow our colleagues and ensure that they get into senior levels.